I'm Alexander Surge, animal on the right hand, penguin duck birthmark. Nano camera. Is there argument sometimes? I've heard a million times. How do you place a fucking nano camera? Two, if it's nano, 1 nanometer, if that's what they claim. What level of complexity can you achieve constructing with particles to create something that's 1 nanometer, especially something as complex as a camera? I made a bunch of arguments for this before. It's in my methods of analysis, but what size would the particles have to be in order to construct a camera that's 1 nanometer? What size is the lens and all the working pieces? And is that even possible to construct pieces that are complex enough to operate a camera and create an image, especially a video camera that's 1 nanometer? Is that even possible? And then how do you place it? Not to mention how fragile is a nano camera. I mean, if I touch my shirt, it'd probably break. I mean, think about how fragile just a regular camera is. You drop it, it's pretty much broken typically, most of the time. So now let's think about a nano camera. Like if it's on my chest, it'd be broken probably, or get disrupted or something. Not to mention how I place it. Do I get like some sort of applicator or something, which I don't have? How do you place a nano camera? That's even more curious. I'm even more curious about that. How do you place something like that? A camera 1 nanometer is what they were claiming at one point. So think about it. But yeah, think about the level of complexity you can achieve in constructing with pieces small enough to make something like a camera that's 1 nanometer in size, as they claim. But yeah, not a nano camera. It sounds more plausible for them to, if they have telepathy and they have devices where I think of images that come to awareness and they can go to a computer. Like that peace sign I just thought of. I just thought of a peace sign. So if you saw it somewhere, that's where my mind output. I thought of it and made it appear. Well, I didn't make it. I just brought it to awareness. Or Kleenex expressions. Did you see that in the mind output? If you did, I thought of it in my mind. So, yeah. So if they can make stuff like that, where you can think of an image and it comes to awareness and then appear on a computer, they probably also have ways to interact with the visual pathway and harvest information as action potentials make their way to the calcarine sulcus of the occipital lobe. And they have some way to intercept visual information in the form of action potentials, then convert it into a language the BCI understands, and then into a radio wave and transmit it somewhere. So key point, I think that's more plausible than a nano camera, because I just can't. I've been still contemplating trying to create a 1 nanometer camera, and then thinking about what size particles would you use to make all the different working parts of a camera to fit into a compartment that's 1 nanometer in size. I feel like making a few devices that interact in the visual pathway, since I already know implantation is real, sounds more plausible. Praise Jesus. But yeah, not to mention how do you place a goddamn nano camera, and then how do you place it without someone knowing, and then how does it survive without you breaking it? Because you're touching yourself all the time, you're touching here and there. I mean, you had to dislodge it or break it or something. I mean, it's a nanometer. You can't even see it. It's probably so fragile, it'd be scary. Think about it. Not to mention how's it not getting dislodged or disoriented, amongst other things. But there's some arguments in my methods of analysis about that too. And I've made numerous arguments over the past 5 years and 6 months. So that's another piece of this. Yeah, one time some lady, I mean, some of these people don't even know what a nanoscale is. One time some lady saw me fixing my hair and said she saw a nano camera come out of my goddamn hair. Or a nano camera or nano recorder, something. I don't remember what she said anymore. And I was like, lady, it's nano. You can't see it with the human eye. So that's the type of nonsense I'm dealing with. I'm Alexander Surajayani, mole in the right hand, penguin duck birthmark. But yeah, how do you place a nano camera? What level of complexity can you achieve constructing something that's 1 nanometer in size? And what kind of particles are you using if you're trying to fit a bunch of working parts of a camera into something 1 nanometer in size? Because they claimed it was 1 nanometer in size. Is that even possible? But, Think about all the working parts of a camera. They're pretty complex, external as well as internally. Oh, but yeah, key point. But yeah, points of view, angles. How could you get some angles with a satellite camera, and how could you get some of these angles without a camera, and then just match it up with surveillance? But this kid's holding a dip cup and he's waving his hand. How are you getting that angle? Key point.